Well, okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, but I'm back with another video. Let's get started. Okay, so since the last time I sat down and recorded a video for you guys, not including the video I made with Izzy, I have turned 22, I produced a musical, I visited New York, and I've done a lot of stuff. So I think that since my birthday has passed and since I turned 22, I think it's time for a little bit of self-reflection. And so I decided I would make a list of 22 things that I've learned over the past 22 years. Couldn't really come up with a better title than that, but here we are, we're gonna do it, it'll be fun. So this is a list of 22 things that I think are important to know, things I've learned over the course of my life, and things that I kind of, wish I had known growing up. They kind of all have weird categories and different stuff like that. Anyway, I thought it would be a fun video to do since I am getting older. I can't even believe I'm 22, I'm graduating this year, and there's just a lot going on, so a little bit of self-reflection is something I think that everyone can benefit from. I wrote all 22 things down in my trusty dusty notebook that I've been carrying around, and I'm gonna just go ahead and start. Okay, so going to my list, let's start with number 1. It's okay to say no. This is something that you hear from a lot of people whenever they tell you life lessons, different things like that, but honestly, yeah, it's always great to push yourself outside your limits and do all sorts of fun new things that you've never tried before, but that doesn't mean you should stress yourself out over something you don't need to. So I found I've been doing a lot this semester. I'm overloading on classes. Like I said, I produced a musical, I'm graduating, and I'm trying to find a job. So there's a lot of things that I'm trying to do, and I think that at a certain point, I just can't do everything. You can say no. It's not the end of the world. That's my first lesson, is that it's okay to say no. Lesson number 2 is starting over does not equal failure. I transferred schools in the middle of my college experience. I did 2 years at Texas Tech University. I'm doing my last 2 years at Boston University, and there's this feeling of transferring isn't an option. When universities are recruiting students, they sell this picture-perfect 4-year college experience where transferring is seen as a sign of failure. And that's another thing that I've kind of come to learn, is that I did my 2 years at Texas Tech. They were great. I learned a lot. It wasn't the place that I wanted to finish out the rest of my college education, and so I went to Boston University. And starting over didn't mean that I failed. It didn't mean that I was not following the right path. It just meant that I started over. Lesson number 3 is do more of what you love. Yeah, I just think that doing more of what you love is something that will keep you happier in the long run. I mean, it's a no-brainer, and you think, wow, really? That's taken you 22 years to figure it out. But I mean, yeah, these are just little things. Do more of what you love. Don't kill yourself over a major you don't like. Don't take a job that you think is gonna make you really upset. Again, it's okay to say no and to do more of what you love. So it's okay to say no to things you don't love, to do more of what you do love. So yeah, these kind of all fit together. Number 4 is that it is okay to ask for help. This also goes hand in hand with that starting over doesn't equal failure thing. These are just things that I kind of always thought of as signs of weakness, or just signs that I'm not as good as the rest of my peers, things like that. But asking for help in any realm doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that you need a little bit of help. And so whether that is in the form of going to your professor during office hours, or if it means going to therapy, all it means is that you need a little help. Everyone needs help now and again, and no one does anything alone. So just remember that and ask for help when you need it, and learn to recognize when you do need help. That's another big lesson that's kind of wrapped in there. So yeah. Lesson number 5 is forgive yourself. This is very hard for me. I do suffer from anxiety, and so a lot of my life is spent thinking about things that I've done, thinking I've messed up, and then just agonizing over it. That thing I did in 5th grade that was super embarrassing, I still think about it all the time. And so it's something I've kind of had to deal with for a long time. And something I've learned over the past 22 years, and I'm still trying to do every day, is to forgive myself for little things that don't even matter. It's a lot easier said than done, and I'm still working on this every single day. It's hard, but definitely worth doing. Number 6 is you aren't always right. Yeah, I think I'm right a lot of the time, and it's definitely not my best trait, I would say. I'm definitely stubborn, and I definitely think I'm right a lot of the time, but before jumping on the defensive or offensive or whatever, just take a breath, listen to the other side, and then you can decide whether or not you're right or wrong. You know, you might not know everything. Number 7 is simply pause, breathe. You know, a good lesson in life is to just take a step back, pause for a second, take a deep breath, and then continue on your journey or whatever. So every once in a while, you just gotta take a breather. Just gotta take a breather. Number 8 is be kind. This is something I've kind of realized over the past year, is that there's a difference between being nice and being kind. And it's something that seems very trivial. It seems like I'm splitting hairs, but to me, there's a big difference. Being nice is just polite at surface level, but being kind is something that kind of takes over every part of your body. It's just striving to really empathize with more people and let that just become a habit of being empathetic, and then using that empathy to be nicer, be kinder to people. Number 9 is sleep well and often. I'm still struggling, but it's something I need to work on. Just get a good night's sleep, y'all. It's important. Number 10 is don't wait to make it happen. Again, something that seems really simple, something that seems really easy, but is often really hard, especially for me. Just, you know, take a breath and start on step 1, and eventually you'll get there, but you gotta take that first step. So yeah, don't wait to make it happen. Just take that first step, man. Stop comparing yourself to others. It's hard not to compare yourself to others, but really I just try to compare myself today with me yesterday or last week or a month ago. Really, it's better to compare yourself to you in the past rather than to compare yourself to the people around you, because everyone is on their own journey through life. So yeah, just try to keep it all introspective. 12. I like exercise. Yeah, it took a really long time for me to realize I actually like the act of exercising rather than just the results that you see. That's just something I learned. You just gotta find the right class and the right thing, and I like cardio kickboxing. That's what I've been doing, and so yeah. Number 13 is drink more water. Again, good lesson. Drink water. It's better for you, helps you when you exercise, helps you get through the day, clear skin, just a good idea. Drink more water. Number 14 is to try new things for the sake of trying them. I tried Brussels sprouts for the first time this year, and I loved them. So like, yeah, do new things. Try them for the sake of trying them. You never know what you might like. Number 15, you don't have to be the best at everything. As long as you are doing the best for you, that's all that matters. Number 16, make your bed. Simple, again, simple, not always easy, but simple. My bed is all made. It's just one of those things that I realized I like. I like having a made bed. It's nice to come home and see this beautiful bed, and yeah. 17, don't let others define your emotions. Sometimes you'll find people who presume to understand exactly how you are feeling at that moment, but only you know how you're feeling in that moment. You are the only person who really understands how you are feeling. Keep a journal, talk to a therapist if you're having a hard time understanding those emotions. So that's number 17. Number 18 is skincare is better than makeup in my opinion. I do love a good eyeshadow palette. I love a new blush every once in a while, but I think my favorite thing is skincare. Finding that great face wash and moisturizer combination, it's a dream. I love it. 19, flossing is important. Floss, just do it. It's a better idea. Just floss, it's a good idea. 20 is be patient with yourself. Making little tiny steps forward, even if you don't make a step forward, as long as you're trying, that's what matters. So honestly, sometimes you just need to be patient with yourself and how far you've come from, you know, last year. Just be patient because you are doing the best you can. And yeah, it's important for me to be patient with myself. Number 21, sympathy does not equal empathy. And that is a big lesson that's hard to understand sometimes, but is one that I think is so important. It's easy to feel sorry for someone. It's hard to be in whatever situation they're in. Just to try and remember the difference between sympathy and empathy and try to practice empathy more than sympathy. Number 22, my last lesson, is a genuine apology is genuinely important, but often hard to find. Just say I'm sorry. Don't qualify it, because all that tells me is it just basically kind of says like your feelings are invalid. When you've hurt someone's feelings and they tell you that, just give an honest, sincere apology. Try to understand where the other person's coming from and move on. Alright, so that's the last of my lessons for you guys, the last of the things I've learned from 22 years of life. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below about something that you think is a really important lesson to keep in mind that you've learned over your life on this earth. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. See you guys in my next video. Bye!